All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of the GWC 411 Unscripted. I'm JR.
And I'm Monica.
And today we have a very special guest with us. And not just a guest, but she is a friend.
She's a friend.
A very good friend.
Yeah, she's a great friend.
Yeah, I've known her for a very long time, back in CrossFit Insurgent right here in the city of West Covina. And her and I were dance buddies.
Yes.
All right, not just gym buddies, but we were dance buddies. Everyone knew they could put a song on and we would just go dancing.
I think you guys developed like a signature dance or something.
Kinda.
Right?
I would do the lasso.
Yeah.
Bring you in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, I never really knew what their dance was about until I actually witnessed this. Oh yeah, they can dance. They can dance.
Nikki could dance.
She could dance.
Yes, Nikki
Right,
Nikki
she
could dance.
Yeah.
I just shake. We see what happens.
No, but we watch you on the show because what month is this?
Well, one of the reasons why I had suggested it was because we're still currently on celebrating Women Empowerment Month, Women History Month, and so there's a lot of things that I admire about Nikki. From the very first time that I met you, I saw a lot of qualities in you that I like, and then when we first started talking about this, it wasn't even because we were thinking about celebrating this month in any way, form, or shape, but we were just talking about some of our circumstances, and then the whole conversation just kind of took off from there. And then I thought, you know what? Why don't we make that part of our show? And yes, because we're celebrating, Women History Month, Women Empowerment Month, and there was a lot of things that you said that were just incredible to me, and I just felt very, very. I don't know, I just feel like I have a lot of respect for you, for the woman that you are, for the woman that you've become, and the woman that you're going to become in the near future, which is just going to be such an inspiration to so many women that have been in your shoes, because in some form or shape, I feel like I connected with you because I just feel like we have some things in common. And so, the conversation just kind of took off from there. And I'm glad and I'm very proud of you that you're not embarrassed to bring that to the forefront.
Yeah, not at all. I think anyone who knows me knows that I'm pretty much an open book. So, it's my life. It's a part of me. It's what made me who I am.
Say your name and your business.
Okay, so my name is Nikki Hernandez, and I actually have two businesses now.
Oh, yeah.
But the first one is Vibe with Nikki, and so I started that just kind of as a hobby. I've always been the crafter in the family, and so it just, in August of 2021, it just kind of took off. Everybody was like, can you make me this? Can you make me this? And next thing you know, I have a full-blown shop now. So I'm like, okay. So it's been great. And so during that process, I got into attending vendor markets. And there was just a lot of things that I didn't like about them. And so I said, I'm going to jump in and change the game. And so I started another business called Best Vibe Market, where I host my own markets now. So
nice.
Yeah.
But that's how it all starts, because you went in as a vendor.
Yes.
And you were seen it as a vendor, there was a certain way that you wanted to be treated. Yeah. And you weren't getting that treatment, so you said, you know what? I want to start something so I can treat the vendors how I would want to be treated. Exactly. And that's how you built it.
Yeah. So there was, there's great markets out there, 100%. And I took what I liked and, just decided to turn it into my own, though. And so
do you feel that all these pop-up markets and all, do you accredit that to COVID? I think a lot of people reinvented themselves during COVID and started doing these pop-ups because they were outside.
Yes.
Right? And people felt more comfortable, to go out there and shop, and were really supporting those businesses because a lot of people lost their jobs. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
A lot of people couldn't go back to their jobs because they were on quarantine, or they were, they had to wear masks, or for whatever the reason was. And so I just feel like those markets have gotten really strong. And so now you're becoming a very strong individual in that field.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think COVID has kind of changed my life, so just brief backstory, you know, I worked in mental health. Like that's been my background for the last 15 years. Pretty much since I got sober, that's what I went into, was working in mental health and recovery. And, you know, I ended up catching COVID, and then I got melanoma diagnosed the same day. So it was a rough, it was rough. And because I had COVID, I had to wait to get surgery to remove the cancer because you can't have surgery when you have COVID. So basically, I mean, thank God I'm cancer free. Everything is good. Just had my PET scan recently. Like we're good. But it did, like, it wrecked my body. And so I now have like some autoimmune stuff, and so I couldn't go back to work. My doctor in November last year took me off work permanently. Wow. And so it was like, what am I supposed to do now? Because I've worked my entire life. Since I was 15, I've worked, you know, and so I just, you know, kind of said, okay, little depression for a little while, and then was like, you know, okay, let me pull myself back up and see what can I do. And then I just, you know, I'm kind of reinventing, you know, my business is now, and just, you know, this is now my full-time gig, which I'm super grateful for.
And I see you, you know, since you've been coming here to the GWC, and then you joined the GWC, and I've seen you a few times, and that's why I respect you a lot, because I've seen you sometimes like you're in pain, but yet your personality, you know, wherever you're at, you don't show it. You show up to these places. And the fact that you show up says so much about who you are. And maybe, I don't know, at first I was contributing it to our personalities, you know, I don't know. Or maybe because you've been friends with JR for such a long time. Because we're short. We just met, you know, a months back, you know, and so at first I thought it was that, but then now that I'm seeing you, you really, you know, lending us a hand here and volunteering with us and doing a lot of things. But I see you, sometimes you're in pain, but yet you're here. So you remind me a little bit of me. Our resilience, you know, says a lot about the women that we are. And that's why women like yourself, and I'll put myself in the mix too, because, you know, I recently went through an extensive surgery, and I'm here and I'm showing up. So what does that say about women overall? You know, is it because when we're going through a challenge, we rise, or we what's that word that I'm looking for? Oh my God, help me out here.
I'm like, persevere? I don't know.
Persevere. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. We persevere during hard times. Yeah. Because I don't know what it is about us women, and I don't know, I haven't seen it from a man's perspective, because all the men I've been around have been pretty healthy. But what is it about women having so much resiliency through hard and difficult times?
I think I'll say that it's not every woman. You know, unfortunately, you know, or fortunately, whatever, to each their own, I feel like. But I think that when you go through things in life, I'll just say for myself, like starting at a very early age, like, you know, elementary school, going through, you know, different traumas and things like that nature, that it's either going to break you or it's going to build you. And for me, I use it as fuel, you know, and I think that you do the same thing. It's like, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to fight harder, right? Because, and especially, oh my gosh, don't ever tell me I can't do something.
Oh my God, I love that about you.
Tell me I can't do something, I'm going to show you how to do it 100 times better. So
I love that about you. I love that about you, because, you know, in every industry, there's always someone who's going to say, I could do it better. I could do it better.
Oh, definitely.
But behind the scenes, they have no idea. Maybe, you know, when you're looking at something, you're thinking, you know, because some of us are very, you know, I'm going to say the word anal about certain things. Yeah. But it doesn't work out like that. Yeah. You know, you don't know.
People see the final product and they think, oh, I could do that, but they don't know the time, the energy,
oh my
they don't know what's behind sacrifice that you did to get that final product.
The sacrifice. That's kind of what started this whole conversation, was like, what do you give up to be like a woman-owned business, you know? Yes. And that the sacrifice is the big one.
Because nobody knows what that sacrifice is, and because we're not going around telling everybody, oh, do you know what it took me to do this? You know, our ego. And I was telling JR the other day as we were driving here to work, because he brings me to work, and we were having a conversation. I told him, you know what, everything, because we've been hearing a lot of things that are going on in the, you know, within our city, and individuals and people. And people's egos, everybody has an ego, right? Yeah. Everybody, including women, okay? But when you use it in a negative way, it just shows what kind of weak person you are. When you use your ego like we do to lift ourselves up, you know, and rise above what our circumstances are at the current moment, that's using our ego in a powerful way to say, you know what, I can do this. I can do this. Who says that I can't? Of course I could do it. But it's positive. It's not a negative. Right? But when you use it to hurt people or to say or to think that you're above everybody else around you, you are not a leader.
No.
You are not a leader. You are just full of your ego, and you're the saddest and ugliest person in my eyes.
Well, no, I believe it too, because basically, like in your industry and what you do, you have to put your pride aside. Because when I already got to a couple of your events. And you're in it, girl. You're like, she is hosting, she's dancing, she's pulling people. Are you going here? And
she
if you
does
had
theme events.
Events, and if you had this ego or this chip on your shoulder, people would feel it right away.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
And even your vendors wouldn't want to be part of you.
I wouldn't want to be around me if I was like that.
You know what I mean?
Because
that's it. That has a lot to do with, you know, with what the following that you have. You know, we met you. We've seen you in the middle of, you know, you doing what you do best, and you make things so fun, inviting, and you know, and we don't see any of the stuff that you do, you know, behind the scenes, and you're so good at, you know, with your products. You've amazed me every time with your tumblers, with your cups, the things that you have made for us. Yes. I mean, just today, she printed something for me, and you know what? If you were a different person, you would have just printed and said, "Oh well, that's how she sent it to me. That's how I'm gonna print it." But you went beyond and above, just so that, and you wowed me. And I was just like, oh my God, that speaks volumes to me in my business industry. It's important that, you know, whatever it is, because we were going to go to, you know, Office Depot and somewhere, get them printed, you know, just to get them printed or whatever. But you wowed me today. And so that's why I don't know. I guess that's why, you know, I just have this great respect for you, because, and you're honest. And there's another quality about her, that she doesn't color code anything.
I don't know how to sugarcoat.
Not color code.
Same thing. Same thing.
I color code my. No, you don't do that. You don't do that. You're you don't sugarcoat things. You just, you know what? It is what it is. Here's my answer.
Yeah.
No,
and I think a lot of that, I mean, the majority of that is, you know, like I said earlier, like I'm in recovery. So, you know, I mean, I've worked a program. I've done years and years of therapy, you know, and this is just who I am. Even my parents will say, like, before, you know, I got involved with the drugs and all the nonsense I did, they're like, this has just always been who you are. I just, you know, I'm not gonna tiptoe around anything. Like, I'm just gonna say it for what it is. And you can either like it or not. It's really, you know, it's however you perceive it. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And you being a woman-owned business, because this is, you know, Women Month?
Women Empowerment.
Women Empowerment.
Women History.
Sorry,
Women History, Women Empowerment.
Okay. It's good for you to say it. You know,
say it again. Say it again. Don't choke on it. Go women.
No, but how has it been? Because, you know, in every industry, you know, men have their you know, when we get in the industry, we battle with other men as well for position and stuff. And you being in the business that you are in, is it women-driven entrepreneurship where you're bumping heads? I mean, how is that happening?
So, how do I say this politely? The type of person that I am, if I get any kind of negative vibes or energy from you, like, I'm done. Like, I put up a wall. I don't even want to deal with it.
Right.
So as far as that goes, like, I haven't run into that. There are people I know that, you know, they like to say whatever they like to say, and that's fine. But I'm not going to allow that into my life, you know?
Right.
So it's like, if you're not here to uplift or try to bring something to the table rather than just take, like, I don't want any of that.
In every industry, though, it happens in every industry. I mean, we're going through it right now, and it's like it's in every industry, right? There's those. there's those people that are just nitpicking at you, and or they just have a sour attitude about everything. Oh my God, you know, and yet they're so good at what they do too, but they don't take advantage of their creativity, whatever it is that they're out there doing. You know, they're just behind their table, like they're just like, oh, I'm here. Show up, show up. You know, and when I say show up, some people think that it means just get there. No, it means show up fully armed to execute whatever it is that you're gonna do.
There's a lot of jealousy, you know. I'm just gonna say it for what it is. There's a lot of jealousy, like, because like you said, people don't see what, and not just me, like any business, what we do behind the scenes. Like nobody sees that. No, they don't. Louis tells me all the time, he's like, you work harder now than you did when you had a regular job. And I was like, I know, but the thing is this is mine, right? So I'm gonna do everything I can to bring to you. I want my customers to be happy when they open a gift, you know? Exactly. Like I want people to feel good when they're getting something from me. So if you don't love what you're doing, or you're not fully invested, you're not showing up for yourself, it's going to show in your product, right? I don't care how good your product is. If you're not a good person, it shows.
They see it,
yeah. No, I mean, I've been to some stores where I really like their stuff, but I get turned off by the attitude, by the person's attitude on how I get treated. I mean, I'm gonna go where, you know what? If there's 6 tumbling tables in this event. And I happen to just go to yours first, and it's Nikki, and oh my God, and I like this tumbler. And then I keep going, I'm gonna think about it. A lot of people do that, right? Yeah. And then they go to other booths or whatever, and they're just like, but I really like their tumbler more than yours. I'm going to say, I'm sorry, but I'm going to go and get Nikki's.
Because of your vibe.
Yeah. Because of your vibe. And that's why I love the name of your business, Vibe with Nikki.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, it's a whole vibe, honestly.
It is, guys.
Anyone who's been around me knows, like, it's a vibe. There's
because it is, isn't it about like the personality? Yeah. It's how you're treated. I mean, you're gonna remember even those restaurants too that we go to. Same thing, you know.
Yeah, you remember how you're treated by the waiter. Yeah. Or you don't go back.
Exactly. Because people will always remember that.
Yeah.
They would always remember the experience that they had when they first met you. First impressions are always... first impressions will direct how people engage you the second time around, if you even get that lucky.
No, some people will say, oh, the food was okay, but you know what? My experience was great, so I would go back.
Yeah, right.
Because I'll try something different.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah, right. And that's in the industry that we're in, that's what we try to tell people. You know, when you're setting up here and you're doing, business expo, whatever it is, you're behind your table. Don't just sit there and look miserable. Ooh. Engage with people. I even sometimes think maybe we should take the chairs out. Because I will force you to stand and do engage. Something with yourself. Yeah. Versus when you're sitting down, you take your phone out and you're on your phone. And it's like, oh, my God.
Somebody comes by, you're like,
Exactly.
Yeah. You just look.
Exactly.
So with you, Nick, how can someone be successful starting... What is it called? Vendors? They're vendors?
Vendors, like crafter. I mean, it's really
So what would you consider someone to do, or like what do you do to make sure that you have you go to an event and you're making sure that you're having a successful day? What should somebody out there that they might not be doing should do?
So for me, especially like when I'm vending, right? So you guys talked about it right now. The main thing is like being present in your booth, right? So my booth is usually set up with like 3 different tables. I've now got into clothing, so then I got a little clothing rack, right? So it's an inviting environment for one. People are gonna want to come in because it looks clean, it looks neat, it looks fun. Like, oh, what has she got in here? I have the cups I make have speakers on the bottom, so I got my music going, right? So it's inviting. But then even if you're just walking by and you're not coming in, I'm still saying hello, hi, how are you? Have a good time.
So you engage.
Engaging with them. That's oh my gosh, I cannot stress that enough. If you don't engage with people, even if they don't come into my booth, because I'm going to tell you right now, a lot of times when I go vend places, like, yes, I make some sales, but I get most of my sales after. Because people remember, oh, let me hit her up for this. Let me hit her. And that's where I get all my clientele from, is from after the events, not necessarily during. And I think that that's kind of like a forgotten thing. Like, obviously, yes, we want to make money when we're there, but you're building a customer, you know,
a database
of customers by how you treat people when you're there.
That's so true.
You know,
and
so
your prime marketing is word of mouth.
Exactly.
So you have to. Oh, I love it.
I was talking to my eyebrow girl yesterday. I was like, you know, I have a website. I've had it for over a year. I literally have not made one sale on my website, but I'm busy because I make sales from the customers I meet at my markets, right? So you tell your friend, they tell their friend, and that's how, and people just contact me like, hey, so-and-so, you know, they show me what you made them. Can you make this for me? You know? So, and that's what it should be when you're showing up to an event.
And it's funny because our last show, we were talking about, you know, websites, you know, social media. We got into a big old topic about that. And it's true, right? It just depends on the industry.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, and I can't stress that enough. I even said it on the last show. Being face to face with someone, it just creates it's an instant. It's either gonna be a yes or a no.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But the possibilities of being a yes, it might. How can I say this? Let's see. Because sometimes, you know, people will go and you're right, they'll see certain things and you can't afford it at that present moment.
Right.
Because maybe you have a family for whatever reason.
Right.
But then something comes up. But then you remember, I remember that girl,
Yeah.
you know, that had this. Maybe I can go and get that now.
Yeah.
Because it's not always because they can't. Sometimes people can't afford certain things.
At the moment, but they remember.
Yeah.
But then they remember. And your social media also, you're so quick at
you're on point with your social media.
posting a lot of things, you know, posting your vendors, posting just everything that's going on. And so you're on it because you know you have to
That's
be, right?
yeah. It's a new era, right? I mean, it's been happening for a while, but if you're starting a small business, like you have to have social media. Not should, you have to have it if you want to grow, right? I mean, and that's really what it comes down to. So
because before, I know we were jumping back and forth on our last show, and I keep saying that because we were just talking about that.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, so when I meet somebody, it could either be a you know, at a pop-up event or whatever, I right away go to Instagram.
Exactly.
Because I know I'm going to find everything I need. And yeah, they might
Exactly.
still have a website, but I'm like, I never even click on their website.
Yeah.
I just go straight to social. I see how active they are.
Yeah.
I see some of the stuff that they have on there. He told me about e-commerce.
No, e-commerce.
E-commerce.
Yeah.
Well, Facebook has Facebook does not want you to leave their platform, so they provide an e-commerce there. You could sell things now on there. You could basically employ people on their applications. I mean, there's so much you can do on Facebook now because they do not want you to leave their platform.
Yeah, and it's pretty neat because then now you're able to see like so many different things.
I'm with Carlos Puente with Cardon Media. Carlos, what exactly is Cardon Media?
Cardon Media is like a one-stop shop for businesses. Basically, what we do is we get you business formation, LLC, whatever corporation, then we move you over to our next step, web hosting, Microsoft 365, make you look professional. Well, then we move you over to our marketing side, where if you need a billboard, business cards, branding, magazine ad, whatever, get the word out, we take care of you. So we're a one-stop shop from beginning to end.
And where can people find you?
www.cardonmedia.com, or just go to our Instagram page. We also publish the San Gabriel Valley Now magazine, so you can also check out our Instagram page, sgv.now.
So if you're looking for something that he just said right now for your needs, your business needs, make sure you guys call Carlos with Cardon Media.
Hey everyone, we're back with another one of our lovely patients. This is Naran, and she's going to be getting a little bit of tox. We're going to treat the under eye area, which is known as a jelly roll. Go ahead, yes, smile for me. See how that muscle bunches up right there. We're going to do just a small, tiny unit, and that's going to help relax the muscle. And then we're going to give her a brow raise.
So I have a question. So what's the difference between, because where I live in downtown Claremont, they have a farmer's market, and it's like blocks and blocks length.
Yeah.
Right. And they shut it down every Sunday. We buy flowers, we buy crafts. So are you able to be part of a farmer's market, or is it different? It's a different industry within that?
No. So the thing is, because I will specify too, like I just started my markets, right? So I've been hosting since July, but I just went solo in January. And so you have to have certain things in order to be able to participate and hold events like that.
Okay.
So that's what I've been working on, you know, getting insured, getting licensed, proper permits, all that stuff. So if you're a vendor, you can vend at a farmer's market, but you have to have permits, right?
But
And
do you
that's
have to
something.
But what I was referring to is that do you have to be a craft person, or because I noticed that a lot of people that are there, they make their own stuff.
So it depends on each market, right? So some markets it has to be all handmade. It can't be like buying and selling, reselling. Some markets, you know, like for me, I'm here to help the community. So to me, it doesn't really matter what you sell. If you're trying to like put yourself out there, I'm going to help you. Right. And so I have people, you know, who buy things and then resell them. I also have handmade items because that's really, you know, that's really what you want. So if you're at a farmer's market, those are typically, they want handcrafted items.
Oh, okay.
So it just depends on the different types of markets. Right. So I even I'll have like realtors come out and, you know, just, you're not selling anything, but you're promoting yourself. Right. I have a lady who started a house cleaning business that she's going to come and set up one of my events because for me, it's about getting yourself into the community, right?
Exposure.
So how do you get your exposure? And that's one way of doing it, you know? So
because we get some invitations to come to those kind of events and set up a booth, and I'm like, okay, we don't really sell anything.
No, we don't sell anything. We provide a service.
Right.
Yeah, we
for the
provide
business.
you know services. I mean, and sometimes I think I wonder if our services would be of any help to them, but they're already part of this different industry. You know, I don't know. I don't know because before I used to have actual vendors like yourself, like being members and you know participate on a lot of things, but they were individually. All of them would have like a membership, right? But now the way we've done it is now we have you because you have your own vendors. We can work with you when we put together events, and then you bring all the vendors. We don't have to do that anymore. You would do that, and then with this other business that we work with, the same thing, and it makes things so much easier for us. As because of the business that we're in, to just you know say, hey Nikki, we need 20 vendors for this event, and boom, you get them all. You do all the hard work.
Yeah, we just show up and say they tell us good job. We're like, thank you.
And
that's the behind the scenes stuff.
And
that's
that's
behind the
great
scenes.
because you have all the experience to deal with that. You know, us, you know, we still invite, you know, actual businesses to come and you know, well, you've seen it, you've been part of it. And so it's a great working relationship for us because you take a lot of the work, you know, that we should be focusing on other things, and you take a lot of the hassle away from us, which is great. And a lot of the vendors that you bring, I like, you know, because they have such cute stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, I would never even think of this.
I don't like going to vendor places.
Because you spend all your money.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes,
I do want to spend money,
Yeah.
and I come out like, dang it, I didn't want to.
That has been the hardest part for me is not shopping because oh my gosh. And then especially because I'm posting, I get all their photos, so I'm posting everything, and I'm like, I need that. Do I really need it? No, but I really want that. You know, that's the hardest part when you're hosting is not spending all your money.
It is,
there.
and I totally 100% understand because as a runner, you know, before every race we go to these expos, and let me tell you, the LA Marathon Expo, it's like I don't think we've ever gone to a marathon or a half marathon and spend less than $1,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's way over my budget, guys.
Exactly. Because it's my husband and I will get shoes. We'll get these cool t-shirts, these crazy gadgets.
Well, next time I'm going with you guys then.
Right. We're all going with Monica next.
We get socks. We get like, you know, we because they have cool gadgets and cool things, you know. Although I have a drawer full of stuff, everybody. If anybody needs anything, come check. I can set up a booth.
There you go. You could resell.
You know, but it's true. You know, you can ask any runner you want. That's what we do.
Yeah.
You know, we buy stuff, cups with LA on it. You know, have I used it? Probably not.
Because they don't say KC on it.
That's right.
And it's
oh,
just
whatever.
And it's just crazy. Now I look forward to going to pop-up events because I like the mini tattoos and stuff. You
right?
know?
Oh my God.
I'm like, I got another one this weekend.
And it's kind of cool. It's like you didn't just got that one this weekend. You got another one right here.
Well, that was yesterday. This was this weekend. Have I gotten more tattoos in the last month than my entire life? Probably. But it's okay.
But they're fun.
I'm supporting small business.
Yeah, they're fun. You know, why don't you bring one of those tumblers over here? Bring that one specifically, please. Because I just want to show you guys this really neat thing. So she surprised us. We were supposed to, and these have a story. We were supposed to raffle these, but
we ended up falling in love with them. So
I fell in love with it so much, not only because it's beautiful and it's kind of cool, but it also has our logo for our show on it. And not just that, this is actually a speaker.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It's a what is it called?
Bluetooth
speaker. I was gonna say Wi-Fi. A Bluetooth speaker.
I mean,
that sounds fabulous. And you could walk around. You could take it with you anywhere.
And I have done that already. I've gone on to. We went on a little boat thing.
Oh yeah.
Was it the Newport? You go little.
little like the bay cruises type things.
Yeah, but the little small boats where you go little private. You could drive it.
Oh, like the little like the paddle boats or pontoon boats, something like that. Yeah.
And you had it on,
and I had it on, and my family and my brother-in-law, everyone was like, dude, where's that music coming from? And I was like, my speaker.
From my drink.
Yeah, and then you get to enjoy your drink. See,
and I get to enjoy my drink and everything.
With the little charger on here. And
those are definitely my most popular selling items.
And they're so well
sure.
made. I mean, this thing is so well made.
I love it.
I mean, I'm actually having my dad. Oh my God, dad, you're gonna get yours when you
it's
come.
Coming.
You just blew the surprise. Don't watch this part.
It's okay. He knows because he gave me the logo.
Oh yes, I had to give you the logo. That's right.
It's being worked on.
Yeah, my dad was so fascinated with this thing. He's like, well, what do I need to do to get one? I said, Dad, don't worry, I got you. And so you're working on something for my daddy.
Because when she says that, Monica's saying that you can actually customize these.
Customize
whatever you want on it.
Whatever they want on this.
Yeah.
And that's why we're talking about it, because you could literally, if somebody has an idea to where they want to put their family member, something that means special to them, you could wrap it for them and everything.
I got to make Junior's mom's cup. Sorry, I don't call you JR. I'm sorry, guys. Just Junior. I got to make his mom's cup for him. That was so special. I loved it.
No, thank you. She loves that so much too.
Yeah.
I don't know, my phone's going off. Sorry, guys.
And not just that. I mean, I've thought of a lot of really cool things to do with other tumblers that don't have this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I even thought a bridal shower.
Yes.
It's a great gift for a bridal.
I've done baby showers.
Yes.
I've done baby showers where they give me the theme and I just go wild with it. So that's so to me, this is why I even started the business, because I've always been like, I don't want to say artsy, but I guess like I'm just a creative. Like I like to just create things from nothing. Right. And so that's kind of what started it. So if you have an idea and you don't even know what you want, just tell me some colors you like.
Oh my God, our cups too.
Some things that you like, and I'll throw some ideas together, and then you choose from there. Like I even started doing logos for people because
that's
they just
really neat. So we also did these cute little mugs for us that we utilize, and we just gave some away at our mixer last week, and people love them. You know, they're everything is just everything that you've done or everything that I've seen you do. I mean, even shirts. Yeah. You know, and so it's just really neat to to see. And me, I love pink. I love aqua. You already know what my favorite colors are, and it's really neat to know that somebody can customize mint.
Oh, teal.
It's teal.
It's mint, teal, aqua, right?
Well, when you're getting married and your wedding dress, they call it pool.
Oh,
I was like,
what?
okay.
Interesting.
I just like turquoise or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it's almost turquoise too. And yeah. There's just you are just so crafty and your ideas have really helped us, because I've never really used to think about going outside the box, maybe because we couldn't really invest into product back in the day. You know, we always just had shirts with GWC on them. But now we, you know, when you first brought some of these things, I just want to treasure it, because nobody has ever done that for us except for our big logo that we have outside our office and things like that. And when they do, they want us to buy and spend, you know, thousands of dollars on certain things, and and it just doesn't work out for us.
Yeah.
So
well, that's sweet to hear. Yeah.
No, so one thing I want to say is that what I got out of what you said about vending, the 3 things I got out of it to be a successful vendor, is have your booth be inviting.
Yes.
Be engaging.
Yes.
And know that if you don't get mad if you don't get customers, because at the end of the day, you're actually marketing yourself.
Right.
So those 3 things, if you go with that type of attitude there, you'll be successful.
Yes, 100%.
Because if you didn't sell anything, it's okay.
Yeah.
You might have gained customers, like you said, later.
Exactly.
So as long as you're inviting, your booth is inviting, looks great, looks like people want to go in there. And then, of course, you're engaging with the people, not just sitting there, but you're literally engaging. Yeah, so if you guys want to be successful, those 3 things.
Yeah. And so before we end this great conversation that we're having with you, what would be one powerful thing that you could say to a woman who wants to start their own business?
Do not be afraid to fail. Just do it. Just do it. Go in with a strategy, right? We can't just...
Of course.
You have to have a strategy. Talk to other women who you look up to that are doing it as well, right? Gain the information. There's so much knowledge out there, and people like... Someone told me I should stop doing this, but like even people who are starting like their own Tumblr company, right? They'll ask me questions and I answer. Like, why not? You know, there's room for all of us to succeed. Right. We don't have to keep our secrets, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
So, you know,
only recipes.
Well, some, right? Some.
Yeah,
But that's the thing is like, don't be afraid to fail, you know, because that's for my entire life. I mean, literally since I was a little girl, that was like the whole thing for me was like, you know, I might fail, and that's okay. If I do, I'll just get back up and do something else, right? Or learn from it and change and grow. Like, you have to always be willing to evolve and change and grow, but also listening to other people. You know, don't
in your industry.
Yeah, don't just think that you know everything, because you don't. I don't know everything. I'm constantly learning.
We never know everything.
Constantly learning.
Yeah, and again, don't let your ego get get in the middle of this, because you know what? If you think you know everything, then you should have been the president of the United States.
Thank you very much.
Right?
Thank you very much.
And if you knew everything, you would be making millions and millions of dollars.
But you said something good, because this morning something happened, and you know what? I'm gonna put my wife on blast right now. So we moved to a new neighborhood. We live in Montclair, and
you don't have to say.
Victorville, and
you already said it.
Okay, well, did you Victorville? No. So we moved to a new neighborhood, and we went to go work out this morning. And on our way home, because, you know, I don't know the streets. And I'm trying to find the fastest way back to the house. You know, I'm exploring.
Right.
But I went to a street, and because I go, I'm going to go down the street because it's the road is a little, you know, too crazy. So I'm going to try another route. And when I went down the street, it was under construction. 1 lane. So it was actually worse.
Oh, I know you were. I know you were.
Yeah, and I was like, she's like, wow. And I go, we wouldn't have known this if I didn't come through the street. And now I told you this, and now I know not to go down the street.
Exactly.
So exactly what you said in business.
Yeah.
You might make a mistake or a wrong turn. It's okay.
Now
you know.
You will.
Okay, you will. Now you know not to do that again.
And I did that because I was very stubborn. I did the same thing, and I'm going to go down Benson.
Yeah.
Right?
She said, don't say it. Let me tell you the name of the street.
And I did that, and my husband told me, he's like, they're doing construction on that street. And I said, I know, but Walmart is like right there, you know, and he's like, I wouldn't do it. Oh, I'm stubborn. I do it anyways. I'm stuck. It takes me longer, you know, to get there than it would have if I would have went the regular route. But that's how we learn.
Yeah.
That's how we learn.
Yeah,
second
absolutely.
time I had to go back. I didn't do it. I'm like, oh, no, I'm avoiding. You should have called me and told me. I was told, don't go down, Vincent. but it's funny, but it is very true. But you know what? Without those mistakes, people I've gone to a lot of events, and they always almost ask me the same question, you know. And I always say, you know, don't be afraid. I'm like you. Don't be afraid to make mistakes.
That's right.
Because from those mistakes, you will have wisdom.
Right.
For other women, for other people in your industry.
That's right.
Should they ask you, you know, it's okay for you to share. Because we don't have to be perfect at what we do. We just have to be present, and we have to just show.
Right.
Oh, girl, come on, girl. High five. I feel like a girl team. No,
you should be saying that.
Yeah.
You should be saying that.
What?
Girl team.
Oh, come on. No.
Let's go.
No, you're very supportive of women, although you still feel like you're stronger, but you're very supportive.
No, people think, I'm going to be honest.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Here we go.
This is the truth. People think like, oh, because they see me, I'm very, like, I'm very strong and I come across strong and sometimes arrogant. And women will say, oh, you know, he doesn't back up women. He doesn't support women. He this is because I come out very strong. But the truth is, my success in every business I've done has been, I've been always learning from a woman.
That's right.
I'm not lying. In everything I've done, I've had a woman that has been successful in that actually teaching me. So when women would tell me, you don't respect the person I'm actually helping me, but I let them, because sometimes people feel like because my confidence comes out cocky or something, or arrogant, but I do support women because I do believe in certain things. They do have a lot more patience.
Certain things, in a lot of things.
A lot of things.
Okay, great. Now we're gonna stop that conversation. Great.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
In a lot of things. No, but you do, and you know, and you're a girl dad, and
and I push my daughters to be very successful. I push my daughters.
Yeah, of course. And if you weren't that person, you know, you wouldn't be here. You would be running. You know, you would be doing other things, and yet, you know, you still look up to me. You still respect me a lot.
Whoa.
Whenever I give, it's true. I give you advice. You learn from me. And I learned from you.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it's a great partnership because we have a fantastic partnership. You know.
Hold on. Your eagles are here. Hold on.
Oh, stop it. I don't
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I do have an ego, but you know.
I'm like, everybody has an ego.
No, but I have to attribute, you know, my personality and the person that I am today from what I used to be a few years back. I attribute it to him, you know, to bringing me out of that, you know, that where I was stuck, you know, and I always thought I had to be this persona, you know, that was just hiding so much, and I blew up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I blew up, and
you did.
You know,
you know why? Because one thing about Monica and any woman in business, I feel sometimes, and especially in this type of business, we feel that we have to conduct ourselves in a certain way, or we won't get looked at with respect. But we can still be classy and be ourselves and have fun.
Right.
And that's what I was able to teach her, because sometimes, you know, she was very strong on, we're doing business, we're conducting business, but now she's said, you know what? No, I want to have fun.
I laugh now. I laugh now a lot.
Yes, she laughs a lot.
You know, we're still professional. We still conduct ourselves.
Right.
But you can still have fun.
Yes.
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 And that's what I was missing in my life. I truly was. And I don't think I've ever enjoyed, you know, doing what I'm doing, still with the same, you know, issues that are going on, whatever. But I don't let them affect me as much as they used to anymore. Because you know what? At the end of the day, you know what? I am who I am.
Yes.
And I do what I do to the best of my knowledge, and as long as I maintain myself, you know, with honesty and I try to help people with the best of my ability, including him, you know, him doing the same and learning from each other, and encountering and coming, you know, and bringing people like yourself to join our team, to just have fun doing it and just help the community and do it with that purpose. You know what? We can all get along. We don't have to be better than each other.
Right.
We could just be one. And you know what? The world would be a better place.
It's true.
Yeah. It really would be a better place. And it does sadden me when I see jealousy amongst women.
Yeah.
Jealousy amongst women.
Yes.
Because you know what? You're not better than me. I'm not better than you. We're not above each other. Man, we're just women trying to make it in the world. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and I love it, Nikki. Like, when I said those three things, I mean, we're learning from you too.
Yep.
Honestly, we're learning from you too. And those three things that I got from you today, I want us to apply it in our business, because we have to be inviting.
Yeah.
We have to engage too. We can't just sit here and what do you want? If somebody walks in,
right? Because we're the GWC. You're coming to us, and what do you want?
No, we have to be inviting.
It's not like that. It's not like that. We have to, we all have to, remember.
So
that relationship is everything. Yeah. And accept people if they're doing it that way. Let them. They're learning on their own. Yeah. Just be accepting of it. Yeah. I always said one thing. I know I'm talking a lot, but I always told him something. I said if I ever won the lottery, or I became very rich, who the first people I would help would be? I'm not even joking. This is in my heart. The people, I have a lot of respect for the people. Yes, I know they take business away from other people, and I don't know how they're doing it, and however they're doing it, they're doing it. That's how flowers in a corner. Yeah. Especially when I see women and I'm pulling, and I'm coming out of the freeway and I see a young woman, selling flowers. I don't know what her life is like, and I don't, but it really kills my heart that it's raining, it's freezing, I have a heater on my car, and they're selling flowers, and I get to drive home. I have the privilege of driving home, and as I'm leaving her behind, sometimes I cry. Yeah. Because it really breaks my heart. I don't know what it is about that. I hate it.
Well, it's empathy is what it is. I mean.
But why for that? I should have empathy for so many other things.
Because you see a woman.
Exactly. You see a woman struggling.
She's struggling and she's striving. Yeah. And she's pushing. Yeah. And she's saying, you know what, I'm not going to let my circumstance get the best of me, but I'm going to go out there and I'm going to make my money.
Exactly.
And just because she's in a different industry, you're doing the same thing. Yeah. In the industry that you're in, you're waking up every morning and striving and pushing, and so you see her, and you're like, wow, like whoa. Yeah. I thought I had it hard, but she's has a harder job, and I'm over here like, whoa, this is crazy.
Yeah, because I'm driving home and I'm thinking about my problems, and my God, my problems really, like Monica, really, like.
But our problems are all valid. I want to say, like whatever we have going on is very valid. But when you see situations like that, I don't know. I live in a lot of gratitude. Like I have to start my day that way. I have to constantly remind myself during the day, because the truth is like where I came from to where I am now. Like you guys, like nobody would want to be my friend if you knew me, 15, 20 years ago, and that's the thing, is that when you live in gratitude, like it doesn't matter what's going on. Like our problems are still important, but it's not as important as someone on the street hungry, right? And so it just kind of puts you into perspective. Like it's how we look at things and how we choose to do things, and so that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, because I always talk to myself and I said, oh my God, why this? All the things in the world, I mean, I donate to, charities and things like that. Yeah. And I said, but why this? Why do you put this in my heart and I carry it so heavy? There's nothing in my life that has impacted me more than to see that. And when I tell people, sometimes I think they ignore me. They're probably thinking, just give them money. It's not about that.
It's not that.
It's not that. It's just, I don't know what it is, and maybe one day I'll figure it out. I don't know. But that's why I give women so much respect. Yeah. Because I always think, God, we're strong. Yeah. We're strong. When I see a man doing it, he's selling flowers, whatever.
Wow.
But when I see a woman doing it, I really do. I don't know what it is about just women doing that.
Well, it's just societal rules, right? The man should be doing that, right? But a woman shouldn't, you know?
Because he should be working hard.
Right?
He has to do almost anything.
So the man is a hard worker.
But that's what society says I have to do.
But it's not correct, right? It's not correct. But I'm just saying, but that's what we've been conditioned to see and taught, and that's what we've learned.
And I talked about that personally with men. Yeah. That, why is he complaining about work? Exactly. He should be complaining. He has to work. Yeah. But we're human too. We do struggle and we do go through.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, of course.
The world alone is beating us up to be a provider, to be on top, to be the priest of your household, to do. There's a lot of pressure that men go through if they're not meeting that.
And a lot of pressure you put on yourselves,
and
too.
A lot of pressure we put on ourselves.
When Louis and I, after we got sober and everything and married and everything, there was a point in time where I was making more money than him for quite a few years, because I went to school and I used my education, to better my positions, whatever. And so initially it was a struggle, because the man is supposed to be the one providing, you know? And then he was like, I don't care. I got me a sugar mama. I don't care. Right. But that's what we're
But
taught.
even though he might have said that, we joke, it still hits
Oh
us
yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
Because it's taught that we're supposed to be doing that. Not whine, not complain about it. We're supposed to be doing that. That's just, we're supposed to be doing that. And the woman,
because you're stronger physically. Yeah, I would always say, you know what? Even if you have to go sweep the streets to bring money home and feed us, yeah, you have to do what you have to do. But as the world has evolved, okay, as the world
it takes
has
two
evolved, now it's two people working hard with the same goal, right? Now the woman's a provider. I was a single mom for 14 years, you know, raising my kids, you know, and I didn't mind. I don't even know. I wish I had that kind of energy again, but I don't know where it went. Maybe it's just youth, you know,
right?
I got the from your youth, and now I don't have that kind of energy anymore. You know, God has blessed me, and I'm happy for that, and I'm grateful for that, but I think now the struggle, it runs both ways. Because when I see, although I see a man selling flowers, I think, oh my God, he can do better. Yeah, okay. But when I see a woman, it breaks my heart to pieces. You know, I don't know. But, you know,
I hear you.
But with that said, you know, we again, you know, kudos to all those strong women out there, to all the moms, the grandmas.
Yes.
You know, to all the people that we look up to that have taught us so many great things. You know, and that still give us the wisdom, you know, to look up to them. You know, kudos to you and to everything that you are doing. We wish you nothing but the best. And
how can people find you though?
So Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, any social media,
what's
right?
your Instagram?
But the Instagram, it's vibewithnikki_shop. And then the marketplace is Best Vibe Market. You can't miss it, right? You can't miss it. Because it literally is the best vibe. This past weekend, we took a vote. The vendors voted. Do we do it or not? Because chance of rain, right? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, we get out there. It's hailing on us multiple times, storming on us. What do? We just start dancing in the rain. We're going to make the best of it, right? It's a vibe. It's a vibe. And you know what? Everybody else did too. It was horrible and fun all at the same time.
Right.
Right. So, and that, I mean, that's what it's about.
And that's what it's about. And that's what
it's about.
And I love the fact that that's what you make sure that your events are different, that you vibe with Nikki.
Yes.
And I love it.
I'm one of a kind too, baby. You can't find another one of me. That's for sure.
She definitely is one of a kind.
I am one of a kind.
Yeah, she is. Well, thank you so much for, you know,
thank you guys.
And for, you know, sharing a little bit about your story. I'm sure, you know, a lot of you are going to see so much more of her and her, you know, and her crazy cool events. You know, and so don't forget to stop by and say hi to Nikki, and I'm sure you'll see her at some of our events. Some of you guys have already met her.
Yes.
And yeah, do you have anything else to say?
No, thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to everything that we're doing. Follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and get involved. And if you want more information about what we're doing, or anybody here, or any of the products, come visit us here at the Plaza West Covina.
Yes, and don't forget to watch our show every Tuesday at 6 p.m. on on YouTube
and Facebook.
So we'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much, everybody.
Bye.